The stars in your own eyes opens up new rises in determining the light quotient in your own energy field to keep expanding more and more into a natural state of vibrancy which uplifts more of your frequency range. This connects directly with who I am as your Commander Ashtar, of who we are of the angelic realms, of the Galactic Council, of the Galactic Federation of Light into more peaceful realms. Each of you are encouraged to see the level of energy that rises inside of you the more you are focusing on ascension, and then noticing your stability within remains in more oneness. The layers of separation no longer serves you on an upwards ramp of mobility into the complete light field of maintaining a stream of non-stop light work, including connection more into an inner warm embrace. Through a consistent reality of realizing the endless nature of opening up more of your true self, then this exists not in trying to mentally project how this works, but in simply connecting more with your intention of grace. Gracefulness exists where you are no longer living to try and divide and conquer every part of your life. As you notice, the lower ego self often says, "We need to conquer hate. We need to conquer over this challenge, that challenge," as that voice still remains in a lower vibration. As you notice, this reality is not about draconian law, which has led to much dividing and conquering around your globe, and is one of the main reasons for lower vibrational wars that have been ongoing for generations. In replacing all of that reality with a higher state of your awareness in the field of more gratitude, then expands your own reality into an upgrade into higher advanced ways of living in more unification. This exists as absolutely necessary to continue to open up a foundation of your multidimensionality, which only allows for you to embrace a synchronized way of existing in fullness. The way this works is not in trying to memorize this information with the lower ego self, and repeat it, but in living beyond that stage, into a full regeneration of your harmonious energy field. It is important to not focus solely on the lower ego self, which is going to try and break these messages apart in bits and parts, and analyze them. You notice that the lower ego self keeps coming up short in trying to discover how these transmissions are made, in which this exists on a higher level of intelligence that is not using the lower ego self. Through a gateway into more of your ascended mastery, then you are deciding to clear the pathway into more of your awakening, in then noticing that you have come far in your willingness to continue to rise your own vibrations. It is not about trying to wait to see how much longer ascension is going on, as in truth ascension remains endless, in dimensions that keep going on forever. This clears up the reality of ending all time in your existence, to live more in this moment, where you are feeling the warm embrace which comes with a leaping more in your conscious awareness. There needs to be a level of responsibility that takes place among those of you as the 144,000 ascended masters, as without being more responsible, then you fail your missions to ascend into full consciousness in this lifetime. In making no errors in consciousness about this, just as you are able to fail a job assignment, just as you are able to fail in a class in school, this whole world exists as a huge school. There are those who are in a lower vibration that are focused on only karmic cycles, meaning are more focused on learning non-stop, instead of being more present. Then there are those of you that are beyond the non-stop need for mind lessons, and are then entering more of your true nature in being ascended beyond death reincarnation cycles. In all being eternal, those who are not making it in this lifetime are able to make it in more reincarnated lives in duality, while those of you preparing more to leap out of duality in this lifetime are taking this process more seriously. With a serious nature comes a dedication that is reached, where no jokes for ascension remains as the main focus, as you notice only a clearing of all karma more from your auric field. The lower ego self tries to mentally categorize our galactic fleet into a couple of beings, into only one being, And that is not how this works. We are in millions just around Earth, hundreds of thousands on Earth now in human forms. The true and present reality, which comes with continuous upgrades in your own pathway into more oneness, then only expands in natural uniting among those of you that are here to rise more of the vibrations into a clear path of glory. It is not about trying to use the lower ego self to understand why so many humans are choosing hate and violence over harmony and grace. The clarity that exists inside of each of you as you are noticing the upliftment of your own DNA into more activated states then serves as a generator of more light, in which you are not focused on solely those around you. It is not in your power to choose for another to ascend in this lifetime, any more than you are here to choose for when another is to choose to end the karmic cycles of reincarnation. Only in your own power and ability exists the fountain of more generosity, which then springboards into your inner ability to only notice that you are internally uplifting more of your true self. There are then a great amount of leaps in how far you are able to expand more of your frequency into a fully conscious reality. The clear receptivity which comes with rising into an inner guided pathway of more satisfaction then only opens you up into a new level of commitment for your own inner guided nature. Through more soaring into dimensions as being here to represent the light, then each of you are not living in more fear of dying daily, of not being able to accomplish your missions, but living beyond that state into more service. With pure service comes the stability of seeing only a successful path with your ascension process with much more hard work, dedicated realities, and uniting with more peaceful energies. It takes a strong will to notice that you have made it this far in your ascension process, and that you are still maintaining your own ability to see the importance of more unfolding of the dawning of awakening. All of you are encouraged to engage more in listening to these transmissions, even if you have heard them once before, as these are full of much downloads, as you listen, you receive them. Just as you download a song, a file online, and you receive more for your efforts, these are then given to you to experience more direct connections into cosmic realms. As the galactic realities of risen Christ-dead frequencies remains in the purity of your own being, of your own soul, then you are noticing that it is not about belief that these messages continue daily. It is then about a heart chakra activation, about a DNA activation that is permanent through this form, into working just as hard as we do on motherships. This then presents a royal entrance into opening up new layers of grace to ingest more in your own internal systems, which then only allows for more daily upgrades. We stand in more vibrant realities. We are the angelic realms. We are the Galactic Federation of Light.